Is it okay to destroy retro carts or art projects? He's torn.
I'm not really torn. I don't like it. Am I gonna come after anyone and say a whole lot of mean shit about people who do it? No, but you gotta understand that as time goes on, without you destroying these cartridges for projects, time will destroy the supply that we have. More and more things will end up in the landfill. They'll be forgotten by the wayside, even with collecting being big. And all you're doing by making a coffee table out of Super Mario Bros. Duck Hunt cartridges is accelerating the process. And I use Super Mario Bros. Duck Hunt as an example simply because 2 years ago, I would have 50 of those cartridges at each store. When doing some inventory the other day, I was surprised to find out that I was inputting one that put me over 10. I have 11 cartridges of Super Mario Bros. Duck Hunt at the Ocean Beach store.
But that's not because of art projects.
No, not necessarily, but over time, what I'm saying is these things are going to get scarcer, and as you do art projects, and I'm just, like I said, I'm just using Super Mario Bros. Duck Hunt as an example, you are eliminating the supply. And like I said, some of these things are cool. I'm not trying to sound like a dick to these people. I'm not actively going...
Dick.
Yeah, I know. I'm not actively going after them. Do what you will, but my personal opinion on it is I don't really particularly care for that.
The example I saw was someone was making coasters out of ET Atari 2600 carts. Now, in the survey site ET, there's a ton of them. But it's a game that's 35 years old almost. How many ET carts do you really see out there?
Nowadays, I don't. And that's what I'm trying to say, as time is going to do this without you doing it.
People throw them out.
Yep.
Probably within the first 5 years. We'll just say the majority of ET carts were thrown out in the first 5 to 8 years after, by 1990, let's just say. And then how many more get lost? People die. They're given away to someone else, and they throw it out. It's worthless. Atari games. They're not all video games get preserved from when they were sold. A lot of them get junked. You go to the swap meet now, and you see people have tons of dollar Xbox games that they can't sell. What do you think is going to happen to those games? They don't sell them in 6 months. Those DVD dealers, they're going to toss them. I saw a guy. Now he was looking at discs, but PlayStation 1 games, even looking at the disc, if they're even a little bit off, tossing the cases in. Couldn't stop him. He was doing it. They weren't games that are worth anything.
No, sure.
The whole point is that they get destroyed.
Right.
There's not an infinite supply. Even Super Mario Duck Hunt, which could be the most, not counting Wii Sports, the most of any game out there, or one of the Super Mario Brothers Duck Hunt. Eventually, like you said, they're going to be less and less out there.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's happening now, and like I said, I'm not trying to criminalize them, but it will happen over time.
Hoard those Super Mario Duck Hunt cards.
Yeah, because they're going to be worth millions. It's just an example that comes to me because that's the cartridge everyone seems to pick to do an art project with.
Sure.